Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Echoed Voice podcast. My name is BlueEmolga, and on this podcast I interview the latest and greatest Pokémon streamers the world of Twitch has to offer. Thank you for all the kind words for episode 1 with Whistler Plays. It was a joy to catch up with him and document his journey. In this second episode we're already seeing a slight schedule change as time is made up, and arranging things is hard work. So, this episode I'll be chatting with Joyfish, a streamer from the US who I consider to be one of the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. You can catch Joy over on Twitch at twitch.tv/joyfish_, but for now, you can catch her here. Joy, how are you doing? It's great to talk to you again.
I am doing really well. How are you, Blue?
I am melting. For those in the know, there is a bit of a heat wave going on at the moment. We're at the tail end of it, but it is still a toasty 26 degrees in my flat, which I think is like 75-ish, which isn't too bad until you throw in the humidity, and it is just hell.
That's awful. You know,
it's a little bit spicy. But yeah, Joy, thank you so much for agreeing to join me today. I'm so happy to be able to catch up with you again. I know we've spoken a bunch of times, but for the folks at home, could you give just a brief intro of yourself?
Of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Joy. I go by Joyfish everywhere and everywhere. I am a Crowsy variety streamer here on Twitch, and I do a lot of more JRPGs recently, because I think that Pokemon counts as a JRPG. It's Japanese and it's an RPG, right?
Oh, for sure. And it's turn-based. It's very JRPG.
It's basically a Final Fantasy, but
exactly.
with Pokemon. So...
And that's why I vibed with it. Coming from a Final Fantasy world beforehand, I actually posted a picture on Instagram yesterday of all my tattoos, and I'm like, oh yeah, right at the top of that left arm is a chocobo. So
yeah, chocobos. My original name everywhere used to be Chocobro420.
Yeah, amazing. And mine was Blue Chocobo. So this friendship was meant to be, Joy. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I would have gone by Blue Chocobo on Twitch. I tried. Someone already had the name. And they're a Twitch partner, so I was like, I can't really do a lot about that. So I went with my next tattoo down, which was the Emolga.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that quick intro. Can I just ask you, my first big question, same as I went with Whistler last time, is how did you get into streaming? What brought you to the world of Twitch?
So originally, I got into streaming because of my big sister figure. Their name is Lissa, and they go by Lasagna on Twitch. But I was a mod on their chat for a while, and originally I was like, I want to be just like you, especially whenever I was younger. So just whenever they started streaming, I was like, I want to do this too. This looks like fun.
Heck yeah. Oh, we like Lissa. We like Lissa.
It was just a thing that happened with
that's so cool. So. Is that friendship still kind of key to you being in the Twitch world and to streaming? Because I know you have a lot of friends who are just in and around the streaming space, and it's great to see.
I mean, not necessarily, not anymore. I still hold a lot of she has such a special place in my heart. But
sure.
I have a lot of new friends now, and I wanted to make friends in the beginning anyway. So now look, I have friends.
Got so many.
It's crazy.
So many friends. I mean, the names that stand out to me immediately from your chat are Mama Fish. So
that's mom, my best friend, my mom.
That is something I didn't write in the questions, but I did want to touch on and had forgotten to write down in advance. It's so cool seeing your parents be active in your Twitch streams, because I feel that's
Yeah.
such an underappreciated kind of relationship that you don't really see in many other people's chats.
Yeah, they're really like they're huge nerds and uh my mom whenever I was younger would just watch like my brother and I play games like constantly. It's like one of her favorite pastimes besides reading books. So like getting into Twitch and then like me moving away and her finally having like another kind of outlet to be around instead of just like sitting at home and reading a book. I think that it's really nice for all of them,
Oh,
really.
definitely. It's such a natural progression. Then it feels like, and it's really cool to see. I mean, we even had Mama Fish stop by the BlueEmolga stream the other day. It was great to great to see.
It's
I
so
think
funny because
unbeknownst to
like I'll
you as
be
well at the time.
yeah, I'll be like in random streams with my friends. Like I'll be in Daisy's stream or I'll be in your stream, and then my mom will just show up, and I'm like, "Mom, hello, how did you get here?"
Oh, we absolutely love it. That's fantastic. Well, to depart from the parent question here, I did want to bring us towards Pokemon because
Hmm.
yes, you don't just do Pokemon. You do a lot of stuff, be it It Takes Two or some art or Power Wash. But what
Hmm.
kicked off the Pokemon part of your streams? Like what brought you to Pokemon in the first place?
So, my wonderful friend Nikki, that I do my Soul Links with, um, originally we were a part of a big, huge Discord server that Nikki made back in
Hmm.
late 2020. Um, and uh, for that Discord server, we had a Nuzlocke that we were watching Nikki do, and I saw Jaden Animations, shout out, to her Soul Link, and I was like, oh my goodness, Nikki, this would be so fun. I've never played Pokemon before, but Nikki, I want to do it with you because you know so much and you're like my best friend. So I would I would like to do this with you. And Nikki said, of course, like whenever you start streaming. And we had planned it for almost 2 years before we started our first one.
Wow, that's
Um,
wild.
and we joked the entire time that my starter was going to be a sheep, or that there's like going to be like a sheep there. And lo and behold, as soon as we got that randomizer, the sheep was there. Mareep was there,
It
and
had to be. It had to be. It was
there were like
foretold.
exactly. And Nikki was like, "Do pick the sheep." And I was like, "I want the sheep. Give me the sheep." So I got the sheep, guys.
Absolutely love it. Now, is there a Pokemon you would have taken over the sheep? I guess that's a circuitous way of asking what's your favorite Pokemon, Joy?
I personally, if Skitty was there, I would have took it. Skitty is my favorite. I love her so much. She is the best. I, she's pink. She's yellow. Those are my two favorite colors. She has
Fair.
purple ears. She has a flower for a tail. She's the best. Like, I
I mean,
love her.
I can't fault your reasoning. That is a pretty solid reason.
She's amazing. Like my other favorite Pokemon are like mostly just the bears, like Pancham or Cubchoo or Teddy Ursa, the bear cubs, I should say.
Fair. Fair.
Stuffle, like all of
Pairing them
those
all together
guys.
like that is just making me think of the Disney film Brave, which it shouldn't. But that's where my brain is going, and I thought I can't hide that from you. I have to just be thinking of the younger brothers from Brave.
But the three of them.
Yeah, it was
See, I
because you
was thinking of
started with
like baby.
Pancham, Cubchoo, and Teddy Ursa, and it was like you said three bears, and my brain just went Brave. That's a good film.
I was thinking definitely more of like We Bear Bears.
Fair, that would have been a more sensible
So
link to me. They're all different bears, like it works.
love
Fun
them.
fact,
I
I guess
typically
maybe
like
not
to.
fun fact, but the band Tribe did the intro to We Baby Bears.
Oh,
I
cute!
know. They didn't
I
perform it
love
live in
that.
London, which is just scammed. Oh, well, thank you for giving us that intro to how you got into the Soul Links with Nikki. We love watching the Soul
Yeah.
Links. Like, I think it's really interesting. You managed to get both characters and both points of views on the same stream at the same time, which is
Yeah.
not necessarily something that everyone does, and I really appreciate that it's there so I don't have to look back and forth, because I
Yeah.
am, what's the word, lazy. Maybe. I don't like having to
It's
click. Just give
hard.
it all to me at once and let me watch it all at
Exactly.
once. So I know
Uh,
I try my best to be there every time for the Soul Link, because for me, that's my favourite content to consume is Soul Links. I just think there's that element of randomness and that faith you're putting in the other person just makes it so much more. It really like elevates the tension of the highs and the lows, and it's really cool to watch.
Especially when the other person not looking at me doesn't really understand how to fish yet in Pokemon Y, and I sat there for 15 minutes trying to figure out how to fish.
Oh, fantastic. And you and Nikki have such a good back and forth as well, be it just because they're clearly very knowledgeable about it and you're kind of learning from them, but it just works so well, the
Yeah,
pair of you.
that's amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you think so. Nikki and I have a lot of like improv background, so
That's
we
great. That
we like to
that
yes
makes
and each
sense,
other a lot. So
I never would
yeah.
have thought about it, but now that you say it, it makes a lot of sense. Well, I guess I'll move on to the next question then, which is, have you got like a favorite moment in your streaming journey so far? Is there anything that stands out amongst the highlights?
Um, so I have a couple. So for me specifically, the first time that um like Whistler and Grant raided in from their Pokemon Black Soul Link Nuzlocke
Yeah.
into Nikki and I's at the same time. That was a really big moment for me, and I know it was a big moment for Nikki too. Like we talk about it a lot. Um, but I got like affiliate from that stream. And I don't know, it was just a really big, it
Heck
was a
yeah,
really
you
big
did.
moment for me.
It was so cool
My
to be a part of. Like, I know I wasn't exactly being like, oh, yeah, let's go see Joy, because I didn't know you either at the time. But that was, I mean, you tend to follow people when you raid into them, but that follow was always going to happen. Like, I feel like that meeting was, again, something that was just meant to be, like the sheep.
fated from the universe. My other favorite thing that's happened on stream is I think just the was the end of Kingdom Hearts and the end of Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts 1.
yeah.
Because that took me forever to get through, and whenever I finished it, everybody was like, "Whoa, yeah, wow!" It was a good time.
I'd forgotten that you played Kingdom Hearts, because that was kind of around the same time that double raid happened as well. I
Yeah.
remember like one of the first streams of yours I came back to after the Soul Link was you playing Kingdom Hearts. I remember you battling Jafar with just Iago flying around being a little butt.
Yeah. I want to get back to Kingdom Hearts, but currently we're taking a break from Kingdom Hearts to move to more towards Final Fantasy,
And the
just because we're
Choco
taking a
Bros.
break from Disney.
There. And Kingdom Hearts is so convoluted as well. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
There's just so many things.
We're
There's
gonna
a lot of
start with two,
X's, and
so
that's all I remember. I never finished two. Had you played any of them before, or was that your
I
first?
love them. They are my favorite game series. And I realized, I think a couple years ago, that because I grew up with the series, I ended up becoming just Sora in my entire personality. So that was a fun realization whenever I had that.
Sora's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, he's a cutie. It's fine.
There are worse characters you could be.
Yeah,
Like
I could be edgy and
Pete.
broody like Riku. So
Oh yeah, or Riku.
Pete.
I don't know why Pete was the one that came to mind, but Pete. I could have gone Riku. I could have gone any of the various Kingdom Hearts characters. But no, Pete.
Pete.
Well done, Blue. Well done. Well, I wanted to touch on some of the other things you bring to your channel. You've done some Pokemon drawing from memory, which I've joined you for a couple of times, which is an absolute blast, especially now you've added... what's on that wheel again? You've got draw from memory and...
draw for a minute, draw for 30 seconds, draw with your non-dominant hand, and draw with your eyes closed.
And it's the non-dominant hand that
I just added a new one too. Yes. Wait, no, it's the ones that it's the
the draw with your eyes closed, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Where you can't see where you've started on the page. Yeah, fantastic.
I added a new one recently.
Oh, yeah.
Insider peek. Womp womp womp. Insider.
We got the scoop. We've done it.
I added upside down as an option.
Amazing. So I'm assuming the drawing is upside down here. And
yes.
Not the artist. Okay, Blue, can you do a handstand and draw a Pokemon? No, neither of those things, Joy. Well, one of the other things I wanted to just call out is you also have your own podcast. You've got the Power Wash Buddies that I'm so glad you were invited me on it about 9 months ago, which is wild to think that it would have been back in like October, November time. But
that's crazy.
That's been great fun to watch. It's so interesting as well. You get into a lot of deeper topics than we get to on this podcast. But how has that been going for you?
I find it so healing for not only myself, but like for other people too. I know that like a lot of people have messaged me about it saying that it's helped them with like certain things, like for the Apple episode. We talked a lot about like eating disorders and things like that. And some people have like come up to me and told me that like they share my experiences and things like that. It's really nice, and
they're all
I like
available
talking
on your
with my
YouTube,
friends.
right?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Just look up Joyfish and you'll find it.
Well, I was looking up your channel earlier, and I had to get that underscore in the end as well to like bring up the account, because there's a lot of like, you can't just search the words joy and fish. There's a lot out there.
There's an underscore at the end, unfortunately.
Hey, no, we love the underscore. It makes you stand out. I don't know. The most recent episode was with Max, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
actually
great
about
to
like post that. So probably as soon as like this comes out, then that
fantastic.
episode will be out too.
Fantastic. So be sure to check that out on YouTube. And then I guess one of the kind of final questions, I do still have a couple, is that my favorite thing of yours to watch has been the Soul Links. I've made no secrets about that. I love watching Soul Links, Soul Locks, Link Souls. I don't know. There's different names for the same thing.
The Links of the Souls.
Exactly. That feels like a Kingdom Hearts thing, doesn't it? Like Chain of Memories, Links of Souls. How is the second one going? Because it's in X and Y this time, and obviously you've touched on the fishing aspect of it. But how is the Soul Link going?
It's going really well, except for the fact that I can't catch anything.
To join the Mega Squad?
Yeah. My whole team right now, if you look at my box compared to Nikki's, Nikki has a lot of just frowny face emojis of
where they've caught and you haven't?
that they caught.
Yeah.
And I haven't. So I'm really struggling a little bit with it. But we just did I don't remember which gym it is. We just did one of them. I know it's shocking. You fight gyms in Pokemon? Crazy.
What?
But,
hey, not in all of them. So if you were doing Sun and Moon, no gyms.
We are going to do Sun and Moon, actually. Sun and Moon is our next one.
Very exciting. I think until...
Or it might be Oras next.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember.
Also good. That would really pop off for people like Whistler, I imagine, who's a massive Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald fan. Until Sword and Shield came out, X and Y was my favourite games. So it's been cool watching you play that and being like, oh man,
That's
I
nice.
remember this. I actually, because of your Soul Link, started playing through Y again
That's
a
amazing.
couple of months ago, and I've finished it. I'm at the point where I got to the Friend Safari just before the 3DS connectivity went down. So I've got like a bunch of Friend Safaris to shiny hunt in. No luck as of
that's
yet,
nice.
but you know, there's still early days.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to start wrapping things up here, so I'm going to ask you, Joy, have you got any goals for the world of Joyfish in the coming months, years, forever? I don't know.
In the ocean, as it were. No, in the next like a couple weeks or month or so, I plan on doing a charity stream for Palestine, which is going to be really cool,
Heck
really
yeah, free
amazing.
Palestine.
Woo, free Palestine. And I don't know, like my goal necessarily is never really just followers or anything like that. I just want to make an impact. Whether that
That's
impact
nice.
should be emotionally, physically,
You're physically
or
going to
just,
impact someone. Wow. Joy,
yeah,
bring in the knuckles.
I'm just gonna grab Lawrence's skateboard from out in the living
This
room
fish
and
punches.
smack somebody. Oh no. But just I want to make people feel something, like feel happy, make a smile, just any sort of thing.
Feel
Maybe
joy.
feel sad. I want people to feel, and because I don't feel like people feel.
That's fair. I feel a lot. It's a bit of a problem sometimes,
Well,
but
you're
I
a
get it.
Cancer, so
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, it is my birthday tomorrow at the time of recording, which is
woo!
super cool. I know. But enough about me. Where can people find you?
So you can find me everywhere, basically, at Joyfish _. That's JOYFISH _. Except on Instagram, there's an underscore before it, so _Joyfish _. That's pretty much everything. I
I
have like a
didn't know that
brand,
I'd ever
guys.
noticed that bit before, the extra underscore on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram hated me, so I couldn't
Rude
have normal
Meta.
Joyfish.
Fix your stuff. Free the
Exactly.
fish.
Delete the other account that's a Joyfish.
To be fair, I did also have blue_emolga on there for the longest time until the other account just went inactive and got deleted. And then I was like, oh,
Nice.
I've got this.
Oh, it's free. I gotta run.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Joy. This has been an absolute blast. And I know that everyone will love listening to this. So thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you don't follow Blue, I think you should.
Thank you, Joy, for joining me today. That was an absolute blast, and I'm so glad we managed to get that recorded. By the time this goes live, my new partnership will have been announced. So just to let you know, the real first announcement of it is here and now, even if the details are out before this. So as of now, you can use code BlueEmolga over at gamerbulk.com to get 10% off any energy drinks and products that they source from the US to Europe. That'll do it for us today. Thank you all for listening, and of course a big thank you to Joy for hanging out with me today. Be sure to check out her work. You won't regret it. I'll be back in a few weeks with a new episode and a new guest. But until then, you can find me on Twitter at EchoedVoicePod and at echoedvoice.podbean.com, as well as on Spotify. You can find me personally at BlueEmolga on pretty much every site. And until next time, keep being wonderful.